This is a gitty goatee, but I'm not the only one sporting one this evening. No, no, no. Somebody else's, yes, I saw it, I think it might have been this morning. All of a sudden it came up, I think it was on Twitter, and it was a picture of a governing body member, Geoffrey Jackson, supporting a big grey goatee, which actually for enough suits him, because at the end of the day, as I've said before, a lot of men can't change their personal appearance. If they're losing their hair, they may wear a baseball cap. And if maybe, you know, I don't know, if you're getting a bit fat or whatever, or you've got bad skin condition or anything, just to change your appearance, just to mix up a wee bit. Men, you know, grow different facial hair, and of course with the Jehovah's Witnesses we know that they've been banned ever since I've known they existed from growing facial hair if you want to get on in the organisation. The fact that all of a sudden through this new light was actually old light, got discounted as old light, then became the new light, and now the new light is new light, so now back to the old light is new. Oh, I'm confused. Where are we with this one? And I thought that when they made the announcement that maybe not to stumble other brothers who have been downtrodden, who have been rejected, who could have advanced in the organisation, that the very ones who lead the organisation would have been by example, like solidarity with the brothers who would have loved to have grown a beard, would have loved to have had a beard for years and years and years, but weren't able to, that they would have maybe, you know, reflected and thought, maybe brothers, we shouldn't as a governing body, you know, actually go out and grow a beard. And yet that's exactly what Geoffrey Jackson has done. It is a gitty goatee, however, all of a sudden to see a governing body member with facial hair is like, oh my god. I know the one of them has a moustache, but actually to see hair here is like, what is going on? It really, when I saw it, I actually did think it was photoshopped. It was only when I then saw another picture of the same sort of screening, a different one, that I realised it wasn't photoshopped. And yes, there is a governing body member of Jehovah's Witnesses only a few months back said that it's a conscience matter, that we shouldn't enforce our conscience or likes and dislikes on people in the Bethel or presiding overseers or what have you, that brothers could, if they wanted to, grow facial hair, grow a beard. And I was shocked to find out so quickly. I think maybe from the day of that announcement, maybe Geoffrey Jackson has been growing a beard. There might have been a few scruff, because sometimes, as you know, you go this bit of a scruffy stage, and maybe he sort of went hiding for a wee while, and then came out and said, "Ooh, look what's just appeared on my chin." So I was a bit shocked by it, and I then looked at something on Reddit. I don't ever do Reddit. I don't have any time to do Reddit. However, I thought this story was quite interesting. It was put up 22 hours ago by somebody called Mystic Witness. I'll just read it to you because this sums it all up for me better than I could ever do so, to be honest with you. So it says, I remember hearing multiple talks that referenced this one story of how a brother got disfellowshipped. Apparently not for having a beard, but for not obeying the elders who told him to shave. So listen on with this story if you've never heard it before. I've never heard this before. It may be apocryphal, I don't know, maybe it's made up, and maybe it's an urban legend, an urban myth, or maybe it may be absolutely true. But anyway, the story they told from the podium goes something like this. I'll just read this to you. I'm falling asleep because I've got 4 hours sleep, I sound a bit tired. So anyway, there was a brother in the congregation who started growing a beard, and so the elders took him in the back, as long as they never took him in the bottom, they took him in the back and showed him the literature which told him why the organisation doesn't approve of beards. They asked him to shave if he wanted to keep his privileges in the congregation. The brother refused, and his privilege would be taken away because of his rebellious spirit. Yes, so here we go. This is in essence what happens if you then defy the elders, especially saying, no, actually, I think it's a personal choice, I should be able to grow a beard. You are then shown as somebody who has an independent spirit, a rebellious spirit, and then you can find yourself very quickly, removed from any position you may have achieved at that point, or any further privileges within the congregation. So, sometimes later, the brother who had the beard came back to the congregation clean shaven, and the elders asked him what inspired his change of heart. He replied that he recently got accepted for a position at Disneyland, but the employee handbook had a policies against facial hair, so he decided to shave to get the job. The elders proceeded to call him into a judicial meeting where they told him he was being disfellowshipped because, and this is the punchline that would get the whole congregation laughing in brackets at this point, because he wouldn't shave his beard for God's kingdom, but he shaved his beard for the magic kingdom. Ho, 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 my sides are splitting. So, I don't know, is this story true or not? I don't know, but you can imagine that this is the way that the elders thought. They viewed people who grew beards. And so you can see that potentially this actually did happen. It did happen. It says here, it took me a while to realise that while we were laughing at a man who was basically disfellowshipped for trying to provide for himself and not conforming the other people's opinions. That's why he was. It's because he wanted to be himself, and there was nothing against Bible principles to say he shouldn't. However, he unfortunately was on the wrong side of the new light. He was on the wrong side of history, unfortunately. And he says here, the sad thing is that this new light proves it. When I was still a PMO, I started growing a beard and noticed how people's attitudes change around me. The elders in the congregation gave a talk to the whole congregation about the society views and why JW should not have beards. And the awkward part was that I was the only one in the audience with a beard. To see this picture now with a governing body member of the entire society with a beard kind of feels like a punch in the stomach. I hope those brothers and sisters who gossiped about me and my worldly beard when I went through my crisis of conscience remember those moments, and I hope it helps them wake up. And there you go. It's a fantastic little comment by this guy. Whoever he is, where he lives, Mystic Witness. What a fantastic comment, because that in a nutshell encapsulates so many people's feelings. I would have thought sisters less than brothers, because obviously, yes. Well, let's not go where sisters grow beards, but I would have thought sisters less than brothers have taken this on the chin, if you know what I mean, more than brothers do, who obviously for years and years and years felt suppressed and put down by the super finest apostles, telling them that they couldn't grow a beard, that if they did try them, they wouldn't become elder, wouldn't become a servant, couldn't become a pioneer, couldn't do the mics, couldn't do the sound, couldn't do the literature, couldn't do the magazines. And now we have one of these elite group of men who believe that they're going to rule in heaven with Christ as kings and priests for 1,000 years. All of a sudden, as they've been telling people and affecting people's lives for many, many years, for decades and decades now, that one of them is now sporting a beard. It is stunning. What is going to happen next? And of course, as I said in a previous video, at what length will the elders tolerate the length of a beard? Are they actually going to say, look, brothers, your beard is about 2 inches, long there, and we just think, and hold on a second, brother, there's nothing that the Bible says that it has to be at an appropriate length. It is tidy. It's not like sticking out here. Even Santa's beard looks quite smart. So yes, I think to be honest with you, anybody who's been a Jehovah's Witness for an awful long time, if they cannot now see the hypocrisy in this, if they cannot now see that Geoffrey Jackson's sporting a gitty goatee, and heaven knows who's going to be next in growing their facial hair and joining the beardy club, if that's not making them think now, then you know what, this is just a lot of bollocks. I don't know what will. Anyway, that's all I have to offer with. Like I said, I'm only going to do any videos if there's something that piques my interest. Otherwise, I'm not interested in what many other people do, where they just are on this all the time. I'm not really interested in that, because I'm honestly, I've got a long, long time ago, as you know, I decided I couldn't do this anymore because I was too getting wrapped up in this and the whole Lloyd Evans, mushroom scandal or prosy scandal or whatever the guy was up to, and I just got a little bit too much, and now I will only do a video if there's something a little bit interesting. Only that piqued my interest purely to see this tangible proof that that things have changed within the witnesses. It's incredible. It's getting that easy now to be a witness that I may go back. No, I won't really. That's only a joke. I've said it a few times. I may go back because it seems as though it's one of the most easiest religions to know to become a member of. Anyway, see you later. It's 10:20 and I desperately need to go to bed. I'm struggling here. Anyway, see you later. I hope wherever you are in this world that you two can grow your beard in the safety of your own bed. See you later. Bye bye.